All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Football Focus Weekly. I'm the Pet Man, Matt Morrow. Tonight we've got a packed show. It's going to be very exciting, full of a lot of energy, a lot of juice. Um, I'm just going to say you're going to like this show tonight. So sit back and get comfortable. We're going to start the show tonight with our, college coach that we have on every week. Very excited to bring on the associate head coach for the Wake Forest Demon Deacons, who also coaches wide receivers. His name is Kevin Higgins, and we're going to bring him on the show with us right now. All right, Coach, how we doing tonight?
Hey Matt, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Once again, I appreciate you, taking some time out of your busy schedule, to come on here with us and, talk some football, man.
Great to see you. Enjoyed being on the show.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. So first off, we're going to tap into your expertise a little bit. Let me ask you, in your opinion, what makes a great wide receiver? Especially for the Wake Forest Demon Deacons.
Well, one of the nice things about being a wide receiver at Wake Forest is we throw the football an awful lot. 2 years ago, we actually led the country in number of plays run. Actually, I can remember the year before we were down at Florida State and Greg Dortch was our All-American slot. It was
Yep.
the end of the first quarter, and Coach Ruggiero, our offensive coordinator, was on the phone. I was talking to him. I said, Coach, we've got to give Greg Dortch a break. He said, we can't give him a break. It's the first quarter just ended. I said, Coach, we just ran 30 plays. They're all charted right here. He's run 30. That means he could run 120. He's not going to make it. My point is, we run a lot of plays in this offense with three wide receivers, and we throw the ball a ton. So obviously, receivers love playing with the opportunities that they get here. I think the number one thing is just obviously being able to catch the ball, having good eye hand. And when we go and evaluate players, you want to make sure that you get them live, not just on film, because when you're live and you see the various throws, you can get a good sense of, are they catching with their fingertips? Are they catching it away from their body? Are they letting it into their body too much? And then the second part is, are they able to make contested catches? When they're in a game scenario, when there's a defender on them, are they making catches there as well? So obviously having good hands, number one, is critical. I think number two is just being able to separate, having the ingredients to do that. If you can't get open, you're not valuable to the quarterback or to the team. So obviously agility, speed, quickness, all those types of things come into play. And of course, we drill our guys like everybody in the country does. So you can improve those skills a great deal. But if you have some innate quickness and change direction and movement skills, that certainly helps. And then I think, the third thing is just work ethic. How
Oh yeah.
bad or how hard you want to work at your craft, at your game. And if you can find those guys that love football and are willing to put in the time, you have a chance to make a good player if he has the general ingredients.
Yeah, and then a guy that you were kind of telling us about a little bit before the show in Sage Surratt. I mean, you made him a pretty good player for sure.
Well, it's interesting, it's a great story on Sage. So Sage, I think he's the second all-time leading scorer in basketball history in North Carolina.
Oh
And
wow.
it was Harvard and it was Wake Forest. He was going to go to Harvard, play basketball and football. The fall of his senior year, he changed. He said, "Hey, do you guys have an opening?" And we evaluated his film. I went down. I saw Sage play twice in a high school basketball game. That's one of the things that I like to do. Is I love to, number one, watch kids playing another sport. Number two, we love if they're basketball players. I would say, three-quarters of my wide receiver room are basketball players in high school. So Sage, when I watched him play, the first game he had 57 points. The second game he had 52 points. So and he had no assists, but he had 57 points. And 52 points. So when I walked away from watching him play, I said, wow, what body control, what eye hand he has. And a lot of people didn't think he was fast enough. They thought he might be a tight end. But when you're smart, have great character, He obviously was a work ethic. He was a gym rat, and he had those skills that he had not only in the football field but in the basketball court. You've got a good chance of developing a player. When Sage came, his first season, he redshirted. I remember after his freshman year, we were in the indoor facility, and I was trying to get Sage not to rock his arm sideways when he was running straight ahead. It was like, we're going to work on just running mechanics. His second year, he started over half the games. Then his third year, he had the breakout question. It was incredible.
Wow, that's awesome. That's great stuff, man. 57 points and no assists. Good gracious. No, that was possible. All right, well, let's keep on that track, Coach, with recruiting. So what do you look for ideally in a prospective Demon Deacon?
Well, first of all, they have to fit into our system. And again, it's certainly nice to recruit for a system like ours from an offensive, defensive standpoint, special teams as well, because of the coaching staff that we have. But let's look at just from an overall standpoint. I kind of shared a little bit about the wide receiver, what I'm looking for specifically from a skill set. But number one, they have to have the academics to get into Wake Forest. And we're a smaller school. There's opportunity here for you to integrate with your professors, all of them. When you go to class on Monday morning, your professor is going to know that you played in a game on Saturday. There's probably going to be conversation there. You're never going to go into a lab and have 200 students. That doesn't happen. My point of that is there's a personal impact that takes place when you're on this campus. You're going to know, our football players are going to know the female track athletes, the female basketball players. There's a unique bond amongst all the athletes that make it special. So you're looking for a person that likes that kind of setting. There's not 20,000. There's not shuttle buses all over the place. It's a smaller community that is very, very intimate. So academics is important. Fitting into that community, I think, is important as well. We want guys that love football. Not, oh, coach, I've been playing since I was 5 years old. That just means you have a room full of trophies that were given out to you for playing the game. We want guys that love the game of football. And one of the nice things, for example, our receivers on weekends have access to our brand new indoor facility. They slide their card, they go in, quarterbacks, receivers are throwing on a Saturday. Some will come over on Sundays to get workouts in. It's hard to find that at those big places that have 20,000. But the guys that love football, they are going to enjoy that. So if you love, we always say this, if you love football, you're going to like Wake Forest. If academics is important and you're going to go to class, you're going to love Wake Forest. If you're a good character person, you're going to do the right thing, you're going to love Wake Forest. So if those three things are in your DNA, this will be a great fit for you.
That's awesome, Coach. That's awesome. So, a lot of kids out there that are, looking at Wake Forest, that take that to heart right there and, think that over. And, I think that's a great selling point right there for sure, Coach. Continuing on the theme of recruiting, we've got camp season coming up. Thank goodness. In June. I know you are rejoicing about that, as well as many college coaches across the United States. What's some advice you could give, for players that are coming to your camp at Wake Forest? And when are your camps at Wake Forest on top of that?
Right. Well, we're going to have 9 camps during the month of June. And with COVID, we haven't released those dates yet because we want to make sure that everything is in order. We're going to have to cut back dramatically on the numbers that we can have at our camps this year. So we haven't put that out yet from a registration standpoint, but within the next week, we'll be doing that. But basically every weekend in the month of June, we'll be having some type of camp. And all of anybody interested can get on our website. It'll be up in another week, and we'll know exactly when we're going.
Okay.
But just in terms of camps, what I would say, number one, it's so important to get in front of college coaches now more than ever because we have missed a full cycle of evaluating guys in person. And I think one of the things or one of the reasons that we've done a good job, I think, recruiting is because we've been able to find those guys that are a good fit for Wake Forest. We've been able to go to their high schools and talk to the head coach, the janitors, the people that have anything to do with the decision-making process. We've had those guys come and visit our campus during the month of February, during the month of April for spring football. Well, obviously, we've missed all that. So we're behind in knowing who these kids really are. We can watch a film, but that only presents half the picture. Now we've got to really get to know them and make sure it's a good fit for both parties. So obviously, getting to camp is going to be important. I think number one is go to a camp where guys are inviting you, guys want you to go. That would be first. And then I think a big mistake that kids make is sometimes they might go to like 4 camps in a row. They get to the third camp and their legs are drained and they don't have a good performance. When you go to a camp, you have to understand that you're getting evaluated. That's why you're going to the camp. The college coach wants to know what you look like, how you handle pressure, what your 40 time is, what your shuttle is, how high can you jump. All those things are very, very important. So you want to make sure that you arrive, that you get warmed up, that you get stretched, and you understand the urgency as to what you're doing during that entire 2-hour process that you're with the coaches. And obviously, before the night or day is over, you'd like to make eye contact and have some type of communication with the coach. I think another important point is for some guys, they may not be at our level, but you want to let your high school coach know, hey, coach, I'm going to Camp X. Will you please call up the head coach at Camp X and tell him that I'm going to be there? I'm your high school coach. I pick up the phone. Coach, hey, Joe Jones is going to be at your camp this Friday night. Just want to give you a heads up. Or he calls one of the coaches, assistants, better yet, that works his area, that he can let these coaches know. Because some coach, you're going to have 200 kids showing up. You might not know 10 of those guys for whatever reason. You want to make sure that they are now on your radar. But players, recruits have to be proactive in that regard in order to do that.
That's well said, Coach. Well said. That's some great stuff, man. We're gonna cut that up and get it out on social media so players can, take heed on that, man. All right, we're gonna bring on a guy that you're pretty familiar with. That's our resident former coach, Kenneth McClamrock, and I know he's got a question or two for you, and I'm gonna bring him on now.
Coach Higgins, how are you, sir?
Coach, good to see you. How's it going?
Man, it's a great night. Beautiful day today. The sun was shining and trying to get some grass growing in my yard.
Good for you.
Well, Coach, obviously you've coached at every level. You've been a high school coach. You've been a Division III coach. You've been a Division I head coach. You've coached in the NFL. You're back at Wake Forest. It seems like you found the perfect spot at a great school, at a great university. And more importantly, you've coached some really important or really great men, really great players, especially local players from North Carolina. Sade Surratt comes to mind. KJ Brent comes to mind. The Hinton kid comes to mind. Jacory Robeson, we talked about a minute ago, comes to mind. Coach, how important for Wake Forest is the state of North Carolina? How important is this state for you guys as a program?
Well, when we sit down and talk about recruiting, the first thing every year that Coach Clausen, our head coach, does is he talks about the importance of getting players from the state of North Carolina. So the first thing we do on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively, is we'll list the top players in the state. For example, this year, we know who the top players are in the class of 22, the class of 23. And our priorities are always going to be those kids from the state of North Carolina. Now, we're different than perhaps like the state schools, different criteria to get in. So we don't have the same requirements. So we've got to branch out a lot more than maybe some of the state schools because we're a private school and the academics are a little bit more challenging. So we've got to make sure that we do spread our wings and that we can get to a geographical area of, 5 to 6 hours away is where we'll try to major. But the bottom line is we're trying to get North Carolina kids in first.
Absolutely. Coach, one more quick question or comment, really. I hear that you have a pretty mean 20-foot jump shot, Coach. Is that true?
I'm not quite sure where you heard that from, but you know what? Before pandemic, one of the highlights was getting players over to the house and just playing, pickup games in the back. I was way back in the day. I was a head high school basketball coach at 2 different high schools, so it's a little bit in my blood. I don't move like I used to, but like I said to Sage Surratt, Sage, last summer when we had our little backyard 3-on-3 game, we had a little what we call a 3-up contest where you shoot threes. I make one, I'm 1 up. You make it, we're even. I make one, I'm 1 up. You miss it. I make my next one, I'm 2 up. So we had that, and I beat Sage. And I said to him that day, I said, Sage, I think I just beat a future NFL player, and I'm feeling pretty good about that.
Daggled right. Coach, thanks so much.
All right.
That's good stuff, Kenneth. Appreciate it. Hey, Coach, don't feel bad. I don't move the way I used to either. So, hey, we in the same boat on that.
Make you feel good.
All right, Coach. We're going to bring on another person from our panel. This is our resident female. We call her the Queen, Cherie Glenn. And she's got a question for you, Coach.
Sounds good.
How you doing today?
I am doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well. So I just always thought it was interesting to speak with coaches who have coached at, multiple levels. But I wanted to ask you, is there something maybe that you took from high school and college that helped you kind of when you were coaching the Lions?
Yeah, great question. Well, here's the first thing that I always say is the difference between the 3 places, right? In high school, as a coach, you worry about the parents, right? They are your biggest concern. When you get to college, you worry about the alums, not so much the parents anymore, although that's changing a little bit. When you get to the NFL, you worry about management. So there's always a group that you're concerned with as a coach. But, as a high school coach, and when you're coaching 3 sports, hopefully you learn the fundamentals of the game and how to be a teacher, because you're in the classroom as well. You get to college, and now you have to use your abilities to go out on the road, speak to people, and recruit, intermingle in that regard. And then when you get to the NFL, it's like getting your doctorate. I mean, all you're doing is football. There's no more recruiting. You're not worried about grades. If one of your players gets in trouble, somebody's handling that. Your phone isn't on. You're not recruiting like you are in college 24/7. So there's 3 different worlds that you're living with, and I've enjoyed all 3 of those. And I often say to when I was at the Citadel and at Lehigh and just talking to young coaches coming up, they ask about, boy, I want to be this coach, I want to be that coach. And I always say to them, listen, if you're a coach, you're a coach. And if I get fired tomorrow, I'd like to think that I could go down the road and coach at Reagan or West Forsyth. And I would enjoy doing that because I like to coach. It doesn't have to be NFL. It doesn't have to be college. I think those guys that, I just want to be a college coach. Well, why wouldn't you want to be a high school coach? Do you not love the game? Do you not love interacting with kids, etc.? So there's some differences there, but I think each one prepares you for the next step.
Thanks, Coach.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Queen. Appreciate it. All right, Coach. Let's talk about your guys this upcoming season. In your opinion, how are you guys looking? Do you feel confident going into the fall here?
Yeah, I feel really good about this coming season. I know our entire staff does, led by Coach Clausen. Our theme this year is good to great. We've gone to 5 straight bowl games under Coach Clausen. He's obviously turned the program around. We have 8 or 9 super seniors that are coming back, guys that elected to stay for the 6th year. Now, they didn't have to, but they wanted to be around the program, and that says something.
Wow.
So having those super seniors, we have a good nucleus of guys back on both sides of the ball. Obviously, we're playing a very, very competitive schedule, but the leadership that we've seen in this offseason has been outstanding. Obviously, the ability to stay healthy is going to play a big part for us and everybody else. So we've been looking at that hard in the offseason. We hired a new individual that deals with sports science. He's over, and we're doing things a lot different in a lot of respects within the program in that regard. So I think that's going to help us as well. So we're excited about the season. The theme of good to great is trying to get our guys to understand we've been a very good program. I think we're like fifth in the entire ACC in wins over the last 4 or 5 years. We've
Oh
been to 5
wow.
bowls, and we're trying to make it and get to that next step. So that's what everybody in our program is shooting for. Let's get to the next step. And Coach Clausen has done a great job of selling that to us as coaches and then to the players as well.
Man, that's excellent, Coach. It's great stuff, man. Last question before we let you go. Talk to us a little bit about your path to becoming the associate head coach. There at Wake Forest.
Yeah, well, I won't bore you, but as I mentioned before, I was a high school coach. I was a head basketball, head baseball, high school football coach for 2 different programs. And then my wife was a basketball coach, and both of us we got married and said, hey, we want to get to college coaching. So we both interviewed one summer. I won't even tell you the year. And I interviewed at 2 schools, didn't get the job. She interviewed at Gettysburg College and got the women's head basketball job.
Oh
So
wow.
we packed up and went to Gettysburg, and that's where that journey started. She was the coach there for a bunch of years. So we spent 4 years at Gettysburg, and that was just a fun experience. Kids came along, and then we went to Lehigh, and then we were at Richmond, and then we went back to we were at Gettysburg, and then we went to Richmond, and then we went to Lehigh, and then from Lehigh got the head job. And then we had some really good years there. We were very fortunate, had a chance to go to the Detroit Lions. We spent 4 years. Marty Morningweg was the head coach for 2 years, and then stayed on with Steve Mariucci for 2 years. Wanted to get back into college coaching, and went to the Citadel and spent
Okay.
9 years there as the head coach. And then Coach Clausen and I had worked together at Lehigh University back in the early 90s. And when he got the job here, he asked me to come be his associate head coach, and I jumped at the opportunity. And it has been a great stay here. Winston is a fabulous place to live. It's affordable. It's got a lot of neat things to do. Our staff, our offensive staff has been together for 8 years, basically. So there's a lot of continuity within the program. Coach has been here 8 years. He's got a contract for a bunch more years. So it is just a stable place. We just put in over 100. Davis has raised over $100 million worth of new facilities. Matt, if you were to walk on our
Wow.
campus, you'd see a brand new indoor facility. You'd see a brand new weight room. You'd see brand new offices. You'd see 2 brand new football fields. And now the last part of that is we're building a new locker room. So it's incredible, the facilities that we have right now. And obviously the success that we've had certainly makes it a little bit easier to recruit.
Absolutely, man. I'm involved in a fight for a high school down here in Charlotte with facility. I need to talk to Coach Clausen. I need some tips.
I promise you, he is sharp, and nobody can sell like him now. He is very, very good.
That's awesome, man. Well, Coach, once again, I want to thank you for coming on. This was awesome tonight. A lot of great information shared. I know some guys are coming on late, players. We're going to cut this up. There's some great tips about summer camps and recruiting that Coach Higgins shared. So, once again, Coach, thank you so much for coming on. And hopefully we can get up to Wake Forest and check you guys out, man.
Do it. Come see us. Let's get
Yep.
COVID out of here. Come see us.
Yes,
All
I
right, man.
will. Thank you,
Take
Coach.
care.
All right, bud. You too.
All right.
All right, so that was Coach Kevin Higgins from Wake Forest, associate head coach, and also the wide receivers coach. He was great, shared a lot of great information. Let's see what we got on comments. Yeah, thank you, Harold. Thanks for watching, man. It was good stuff. A lot of guys saying, what's up to me? I'm going to show y'all who else is here tonight because there's a lot of people here. Great information shared. Yes, there was, Chris. Yes, it was. Coach Johnson, what's up, man? Well, Pep Man, there we go. All right. Asani, what's up, man? Congratulations on your offer, man. That's big time from Colgate. That's awesome. You deserve it. You deserve it, man. I'm happy for you. Very happy for you. All right. So, here with us tonight, we have the engine. There he is. You saw him earlier. The queen. You saw her earlier. I think we might see that again on the slime, right?
You sure will.
The producer is here.
Yo,
What's up, sir? The illustrious is here. It's very quiet tonight.
Yes.
I'll interrupt later.
We know. We all will. Trust me. We
good.
We
We good. Shout out to Vance. I'm starting early. Shout out to Vance.
And we all y'all killing me, man. We also have a guest host, one guest host, our first guest host, Coach Weber from Shelby.
Hey! Yo!
I didn't advertise that one.
Yo! Hey, I mess with this guy. This is my guy right here. Hey, the energy. I'm glad the energy translates to Cleveland County, man. Coach Weber, you are the Coach Billups of Cleveland County. I love it.
Oh my goodness.
I love it.
Is that true?
Love it.
Hey, I'm rooting for the Vance boys too, man. They're my guys. They're my guys, man.
Oh,
I'll be down on IB Drive, man. They're my guys.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's good to have you, Coach. It's good to have you, man.
Hold on, Pep. Before you say something,
Yeah.
I got attacked on Friday. Hey, Coach Webb. Hey, we got to cheer for the Butler Bulldogs too, because they some goons over there. There's some goons. I got ran up on pregame.
What?
I got ran up on. Hey, Butler. Go Bulldog Nation. Bulldog Nation.
All right. So y'all. Oh, wait a minute. I got one more to introduce.
Tap in.
And it's my fault because I just sent him the link. It's my fault.
Tap in.
Nah. Westpedia. What's up?
Yes,
man?
sir. Wes, what's up, big dog?
What's up, Coach? You doing all right?
Man, I'm blessed and highly favored. You know.
I'll tell you what, if anything was doing any better, I'd have to get a plastic surgeon, take my smile off.
Hey, man, I had to put my hat on like you. Man. You know, I had to put my hat on like you.
I got the Peter Brady thing going on, so
I got the straight
Peter
brim.
Brady.
You know, this the new. You know how new it is. Straight brim. The Joe Hughes. This how
There
Joe
you go.
Hughes college be looking. Sharp. Just sharp.
All that being said,
Right.
we're gonna put y'all in the background for a couple minutes because we got something special we got to do.
Let's go,
Y'all-
Teddy Bridgewater.
Y'all hang tight.
Bronco Nation.
Do it.
All right, calm down now. Hold on. I know everybody's excited. All right, so the real reason why our numbers are going up is because for the first time ever in Football Focus Weekly history, we are bringing on a player to join this motley crew, and I'm a little nervous because I don't know how it's going to go. But honestly, I posted this on Twitter, and literally 30 seconds after I posted it, this young man sent me a message, and I said, if he's that eager, he's got to be the first player host in Football Focus Weekly history, plain and simple. So we advertised it. You know who it is. It's on the screen. One of our favorites, Jacoby Henderson, star athlete from the Catawba Ridge Copperheads. How are you doing, young man?
What's up, Matt?
How's everything been?
It's been good. Everything been smooth.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. You got like what 47 offers now, right?
Nah.
No, but seriously, you've really been blowing up, in the off season, and you're getting all the accolades that you deserve, man. Did you release a top ranking for your offers yet?
No, sir.
Okay.
I did my first 10.
Okay, that's what I saw. Okay. So I mean, what have you been doing so far in the off season to kind of, stay ready for, the fall?
Sure, I just been working out a lot. Just trying to get better. Looking up on old film, seeing like things I did wrong, things I can like improve on.
Good stuff, man. And I saw you went to a Rivals camp.
Yeah, I was at the Rivals 5-star camp.
How did that go?
Hey, I'm gonna say it right now. Rivals janked me out, man.
What happened?
Everybody got put on a seatbelt crew.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I ain't close none of my my little one-on-one, so
Really?
yeah.
Oh man, that's disappointing.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's all good though.
you go to a camp like that, it's to be showcased, you know, and
Yeah.
that's not right. Well, that's okay because you come to the CFI Player Showcase, we'll post all your stuff, man. Don't
Oh
worry
yeah,
about
most
that.
definitely.
All right, good deal, man. So basically, for you guys that are watching, Jacoby's going to be a host just like everyone else here on the panel tonight. So, Jacoby, I'll lead you in on some things, but feel free to express your opinions. We may get a little outrageous, so don't feed into us. Just be yourself. Be a great young man. And we'll have a good time tonight, man. So I appreciate you, being a part of the show, man. This is going to be a good time.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
All right, good deal. All right, guys, I'm gonna bring you all back, and we got a few things to discuss here. So
I'm glad we got a sharp collar on here. I'm glad we got a sharp collar. Jacoby, welcome. Joe could have came, so you had to fulfill what Joe and his color brings. So thank you. I love the energy. I like Jacoby. He's my favorite player now.
Smile and wave, okay? Smile.
Yeah, just do what we do with him. Just say okay.
Don't do that.
Pat, we got some beef going on, man. I might save it for later in the show.
We got what we got now?
Some beef. I'm beefing with CFI in the Queen City Bowl, man.
Oh no! Oh no!
Wow.
Hey,
not
you
good.
brought him on. Coach Billups of Cleveland County. Let's go. Well,
Okay, well we'll save that beef for the slime. That's when we do all of our beefing most of the time, anyway. So
hey, I got some good news. Hey, sidebar. I got some good news for Kenneth. I got a good text.
Yeah.
About the Heat. About the drummer. You know how he is. Certain people won't see if I don't want to come to their games and stuff. But I got some good information. Should not get here. But hey.
okay.
I'm here. I'm here with the energy.
We'll save that information for
No. Hold on, Pep.
We'll save that information.
What happened to him? Did he disappear again?
Yeah, that's what happens sometimes. Sometimes that connection just kind of drops, man. So we're working on it, man. It's spotty sometimes. It's spotty. So
That thing man. That old thing don't snap. Just disappeared, man.
Oh man. Okay. Anyways, so on the rapid review, and we're just gonna kind of do this like this because we got so many people on. I want everyone to be able to kind of, and we got to fix Jacoby's camera. I don't know what happened there, so we'll get that fixed here. We'll bring you. All right, we'll bring back. See, that connection got back on, so there you go. All right.
Hey, this Bill.
So Vance 24. Okay, Vance 24, Huff 10. Thoughts on that game, guys?
Let's go Cougars.
That was a state championship right there.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay, Coach.
Vance's defense was smothering the entire night. Huff's offense early on, they hit a couple slot fades, and once Coach Hackett made an adjustment, and all he did was he went to a too-high safety look, and Huff's offense was never able.
Hey, say that one more time, Kenneth. Say that one more time.
He went from a man-free, one-high look to a two-high safety, and Huff was never able to catch up to that. They took away the slot fade. Vance's run defense was smothering. Number 59, I saw he finally got an offer today from Louisville. I thought that he was the best defensive tackle that I've seen all year this year. It's not even close. He lived in the backfield. He allowed Pierce and Cole to make plays. He allowed the other guys to make plays. He kept pressuring the quarterback space. And Vance's offense, man, I mean, what can you say about the running backs and the quarterback? The quarterback made plays early on with his legs. It was just an all-around really good game for Vance High School. Huff's offense, if I'm being real with you, looked lost and they looked confused.
Don't say that because we've been seeing feelings on Twitter, and I'm glad that you say adjustments. And the one beef I got, hey, for all you outsiders who come into Charlotte and want to coach and stuff like that, because Coach Bill's on one today. Hey, be humble, man. Charlotte, we talk junk, we love, we have fun, But don't underestimate Charlotte coaching. That's why you sitting at home. That's why Coach Bill's sitting at home. Hey, humble yourself. Humble thyself.
So I want to add, Jalen Swindell also got offered by Wake Forest today. Thank you, Coach Johnson.
And no, he the man.
For sharing that. It's a good deal,
all college coaches who watching, he practices how he plays. I have seen with my own 2 eyes. He practices how he plays.
He's about to blow up. I mean, he may not be that 6'4" kid, but he's 6'2".
He's nasty.
And he is strong. I mean,
violent hands. He's in the backfield, and he got great eyes.
Yes.
But Coach Webb said he said the most underrated D tackles live in Shelby. So
Hey, you bring who you think the best. I'll put my boy in the car, bring him down there. He probably gonna outrun him, outlift him, everything.
Ooh, I love the energy.
All right.
Why we didn't bring Coach Webb on?
And he got all the offers. That's not 1 year.
Well, talk to each other.
That's 1 year going to football.
I like that energy. Now I watched your film on your boy. He's violent. He plays to the whistle, and I like him. This next year class, D tackles, I don't know. Neil Swindle and Coach Webb, boy, they nasty. They're mean. And that's what you want in a D tackle. And you got to put Shaw in it, too. Because Shaw at Grimsley, he's nasty, too. But I don't know.
Let me say this, because I talked about Vance's defense for a minute. Vance's offensive line played incredible. To shut down their big defensive tackle from Huff the way that they did, no knock on Neil because he's a heck of a player. But Vance's offensive line did a great job of containing him, and I was really, really impressed by Vance.
Hold on, my fault. I got to speak about Butler's all-star D tackle Bryce Dixon because I don't want to get beat up by Butler. Bryce Dixon, he is the truth too. So my fault, Butler. Yeah, hey, we know what he is. Hey, Big Butler.
All right, so let's go to our player, Jacoby. Did you see any of the Huff and Vance game? And if you did, what were your thoughts on it?
I just think Vance, they just had more grit that game. To be honest, I don't believe like 2 different coaches of ball. So they got in, they saw it to the field. I think that's how they put out the win. And then like I seen Pat, he was back there. I didn't think he really had any help for that game. I didn't think that his line gave really enough time to do much. So that was my take on the game. I think both teams they played good, but I think Vandy just had like a little bit more grit to their game.
Absolutely. That's good points, man. It's good stuff. All right, let's see some comments on Vance and we got, oh my goodness. Cliff Andrews told y'all turnovers made the difference the first game. Well, it's like the old adage, it's hard to beat
we watched the first game
twice.
No, we didn't.
Chris Nixon says, if Vance loses, will you guys have a coherent reason?
No. Because they're not going to lose. Let's go Big Vance.
Yeah, I don't think Vance ain't losing. Big V. Might give me
Chris is also going to take the underdog MP. Well, we're going to get to that later on.
Nah, hey, Chris. Hey, like the young fellas say, hey, like the young Pooh Shicey say, hey, we better come take that back in blood. Because Harmon, I love you. Dean, I love you. But the news I got today, I have a vendetta against Vance. No, this Mars Park University High School. Y'all on my radar. That's why I don't call them Mars Park University, because that's how they acting. They acting shicey.
All right. Hey, Jacoby, you got a shout out. Here we go. Angelo Colt, Kobe, best DB out of class of 2022. So, hey.
DB? Hey, Coach Bill loved the DBs. Oh, Kobe, you don't work with me at the camp. Okay.
Hey, we don't see the Senior Bowl guys don't like DBs, man.
Oh, Lord. Here we go. Shelby in the house. Kill him clown, man. Hey, there we go.
Well, didn't Shelby give Hendersonville a scare this last weekend?
No. Whoa.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh.
Come on,
Sorry, man. I just had to.
Hey, it's okay. Whenever you at the top, everybody want a piece of, you know.
Exactly right.
And this is the thing. Most coaches judge their success off 1 year, but we're a tradition where we at, man. We lose this year, y'all have it, we be back next year. It don't matter.
I mean, you won like 3 or 4 in a row, or 4 out of 5, or something.
We won
like that.
we won 6 out of the last 9. But
yeah,
know.
it's
wow.
When you have that occasional Hendersonville gets put under the microscope so much more. You know?
Yeah, you know when you play us and you beat us, that's your state championship. But for us, you know, we're not the type of team. We don't get shirts for conference championship. We just get the trophy and put it up. And
oh Lord!
Go back out there.
Oh Lord!
All right. Man, good gracious. So Coach Tyrese Williams right here backing you up. It's only one big in NC, and that's Big Shelby.
That's my guy right there.
But all right, well there you go.
Oh Lord!
There you go.
That's my guy, man.
So Joe Hughes likes to take shots instead of coming on the show. So
I'm mad at Joe too. You know.
He says anger management, Webb. So
hey man, Webb, don't respond to that. I got you. Hey man, keep on ironing your collar and sit on the sideline.
Hey Joe, my guy Joe is the only reporter I know that asks can he do an interview with you and don't fall through it. He asked me. So I never seen that before.
Lord.
I never seen a reporter say, "Hey, we got to interview you."
Boy!
And then he go missing.
Just no, y'all on social media though, you know.
No, hey, you know, 2 sides. It's like Shorty Lowe said, 2 sides.
Well,
you know, personally, I get paid to do that every so often. Hey, can I interview? Okay, thanks. Talk to you later. See you next week.
Hey, well, don't let him do you like that. Hey, can I say something right quick?
No, you can't. We got stuff. We got to move on, man.
Hold on. Cherie had brought the
connection getting shaky.
Edges out.
Connection getting shaky.
Did you say
she brought the toothbrush edges out?
Okay, all right.
Hey, shout out to Cherie though. She know where the real DB's at in North Carolina. I appreciate her.
Yeah, 100%. I know.
100%. I appreciate it.
All right, so Butler 35, Providence 0. Man, what we got on that one?
Listen, it was a hard-fought game by Providence. I will give them that. But, you know, I just think Butler was way too much for them that game. Now, I will say this about Providence defense. They did shut them down a couple of times when they were in the red zone, you know, to stop them from scoring a couple of times. So it was good momentum, you know, but that second half opened up and they just didn't have anything else for Butler. So.
Say Butler's playing lights out right now. So.
Absolutely. Jacob, you got any friends of Butler and Providence?
Oh yeah, my boy Glenn. And then you already know we got like some kids that play with the stars over there. Yeah, you got Darren, you got Jake. Yeah, it's feeling good. I knew that was gonna be an easy game, man. So I ain't really,
you knew that. You said you knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
All right then.
I knew it was coming too.
Yeah. All right.
It was a football, man.
Everyone knew it was coming. Just be honest. I mean, look at the way Butler played leading up to it. It just is. There's no knock against Providence. It's just showing you how great Butler was playing leading up to that. That's all.
I mean, but I thought Providence would at least score something. You know what I'm saying? I thought they would have put up some sort of fight. I mean, this is a playoff game, and it was like they just kind of laid down a little bit.
All right, well, let me bring on. I think Coach Bill's connection got better. Let me bring him back on.
Whoa! All this disrespect. Hold up now. If Jamal Price didn't get hurt, and Cherie was right there when I said game over. Nah, but shout out to my dogs at Butler. Nah, Jake Snap, he was one of my DBs because Coach Webb keep on saying that all the great DBs come out of Shelby and stuff. It don't sit right with me, but
Bills,
it don't sit right with me. But hey, dog, you my dog, but it don't sit right with me. But
I ain't saying that, man. We just got to do one corner down here to play both ways.
No, you got it. I'm gonna let you ride. But shout out to my guy Jay Snap. Parrish, Maduga over there. Hey man, hey, that was a great game. Shout out to my boy McFadden, DJ Rankin, Coach Hales, Coach Stones, and all them. Hey, that was a great game. You shut my boys out. Y'all flex on me a little bit pre-game. I loved it. I love the energy. Hey, Butler's unstoppable. I think Butler's gonna win the state championship this year. So hey.
All right, good deal, man. So a couple other games, of course, we saw Myers Park defeat Panther Creek 27-21 in comeback fashion. What are you guys' thoughts on that one?
I hold my thoughts.
Good for Panther Creek for going out there and putting up a fight against some boys. I still don't know much about that team, but shout out to them.
Yeah, I'll keep my MP comments to myself.
There you go. There you go, Coach. You on my same. Hey, all I'm gonna say is I don't keep it. Hey, that's one of the games we picking this week.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll say my comment. Meanwhile, we say my comment, man. I'm gonna act like Biden.
Okay.
I'm Joe Biden right now.
Jacoby, you have any thoughts about?
Hey, blame.
Oh my gosh.
Y'all know who to blame. Coach Bill's got heat right now.
We know. Let's Jacoby. What's your thoughts on that game, man?
I thought it was. I thought it was making way worse.
Mm-hmm.
So for the game to be that close, I don't know how they gonna hold up versus Dance, but I mean,
they're going to sleep. Coach, just say they're going to sleep.
Let Jacoby talk, man.
They're getting baptized like Cherie got baptized.
My
nerves.
They trying to get me messed up in the city, man.
Don't worry about him. You speak your mind. Don't feed into what he's doing. He's his own man. Let him get baptized, as he says.
Nah, I think they had a good game. It wasn't they best though. Like they was just like messing up more than what I thought. Like for a team of that caliber and to have played like how they got, I don't think that game should have been that close.
Well, they were up.
Been having a bad game, but yeah, I'm just keep my comment on that one, like he said.
There you go. They're gonna get baptized.
All right. So Myers Park was up 20-3, and Cherie, to your point, credit Panther Creek for coming back and taking a lead in that game. And I mean, for the way the updates were looking for a while, me and Brandon kept saying we're going to find a way to go to the Wake County this week. But credit KD Redfern for getting that late touchdown.
Hey, shout out to him.
Yeah, great young man. Great young man.
Shout out to him. Shout out to my dog, Coach Harmon, too.
Yeah, they're really good guys. Great coaching staff over there.
The rest of them?
Yeah. Okay. So we got a couple more games I want to touch on in these last 2 minutes. So Catholic defeating AC Reynolds 27-0. Monroe 35-21 over Kings Mountain.
That was a shock. That was a shock
to me.
Not to me.
Ooh! Punch!
But I'll tell you why, because I don't know if y'all watched our game when we played Kings Mountain at Shelby. We really don't have no true receivers on our offensive side of the ball, and we exposed them over the top.
Ooh.
Right? And because our starting receiver, Tyler Arrington, he's going to play DB at Gardner Webb. So he's never played this much receiver in his life. His brother is going to play DB. Then we have a junior that came from JV last year. And we have a 2-year starter that's really a good team guy. Talking to Monroe coaches, I knew Sunday when we talked to them, we was like, yeah, they team fast. That Monroe coach was so good. And he knew what he had on his side of the ball, and he knew what he could take advantage of. Mm-hmm. And that's what they did. They knew that they can just air it out every play because Monroe didn't really run the ball. They just aired it out all over the place. So
not when you got a dude named Punch at receiver.
Yeah, that receiver, he's one of the best receivers I've seen this year. So in Monroe.
That's why my guy was.
And last year, Monroe had them up 21-0 last year at Monroe in the regular season. And they started letting the receiver kind of do what he wanted to do. Then that's how they blew the game. But those guys were looking for revenge this year. So
you talking about the one who went to Carolina?
Yeah. The receiver they had went to Carolina, then they had another receiver that I think he went to Limestone or somewhere.
Yeah.
But those Monroe kids, they knew what they lost last year, and they came back this year with a vengeance. And we know. And also, I can't say Keith Martin, starting running back, was hurt too, so that played a big role.
Ooh, Joe got a collar shirt on today. Polo. Let me see that starch. The sharp edge.
Welcome, Joe Hughes. Good to have you, sir.
Sharp edge, Joe.
All right, so that does it for the rapid review. Thank goodness.
Welcome, man. We were cold. We're nice.
I know. All right, game preview time, guys. We're gonna go one by one this week. So
let's go.
4AA West final. Vance at Myers Park.
Let's go. This is the one I want to preview. Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes. Hey, man. It's like Drake said. It's funny when the guys start acting like broads. You already know who I'm going with, Big Vance. Because it's funny when the guys start acting like broads. Y'all got all this beef for CFI. I don't know why. Hey, but CFI, we always overcome. So you can't ban the snowman like I put on Twitter just a couple of minutes ago. I fix it, Joe. I put the fire breathing one up. But hey, you already know, all respect to my guys over there, Coach Harmon, Coach Dean. I respect y'all guys. Hey, but your admin tripping a little bit. That's all I would say. I'm gonna keep it coaching. Next.
All right, so just as a bit of a background, we asked to come to the game like we always do, and they said that we couldn't come because of capacity restrictions and different things like that, and no more media could be let in. So we are efforting to buy some tickets. Possibly
don't worry about it. We got money. Our money good.
We'll take some money off the CFI gas card and we
don't need to take Coach Bill's gonna fund it. Don't worry about it.
Look at Joe.
But anyways,
I don't like that funny stuff. No disrespect to Myers Park football team, but your admin tripping a little bit.
Y'all always welcome to the rage.
I'll have connectivity.
Thank you, Jacoby.
I like
Appreciate that. Thank you.
You always welcome to Shelby too if y'all want to come down.
Oh, no.
Hey, Pat, look, all I know is Cherie and Joe, they done been down there.
But I already hit you up. You forming the bag this week.
Hey, man. Hey,
what that conversation mean you had? What we say?
Hey, man. Well, Joe told you funny stuff happened in the movie. Hey, all I know is I've never been.
I love it.
Goodness.
Look, these coach rules, man. I'll tell you, we probably played every game this year, and not one referee mentioned nothing about keep your mask on. I'm gonna throw you out. They was even telling the coaches.
Oh yeah! Nope. I ain't gonna let you do that, Webb. I feel you, dog.
It's fine though. Hey, like I said,
I feel you. Nope. I feel you.
I'll tell you the one thing I'd look at for the Vance Myers Park game is look in the trenches. I think you're going to see some really good battles on both sides of the ball on Friday. Yeah. And I believe whoever wins that is going to win the game because I think everything else looks pretty evil to me. Even to me, but both teams have really good line play, and I like to see who wins this battle on Friday.
Yeah, I mean, you got Vance, who's averaging 40 points a game. They're giving up 12 points a game. I mean, obviously, they avenged their only loss earlier in the year. They're fast. They're athletic. Vance is not super big. They swarm to the ball. I mentioned earlier I was really impressed by number 59, the defensive tackle. Obviously, on Myers Park side, they're averaging 35 points a game, giving up 12. They beat Butler, who is not an 8-1 still playing. They beat Hickory Ridge. They beat Panther Creek, their only loss. They throw the ball all over the place. So the big question is going to be what Jim, Westopedia just said. Can Myers Park hold up versus that rush that Vance is going to do? We know that Coach Hackett is going to send as many guys as he can. He's going to try to get in +1 situations. Can the quarterback hold it, hang in the pocket? And I thought the Huffs quarterback did an incredible job of moving in the pocket and stepping up. And they still got to him. I mean, Tad Bowden is as good of a quarterback in the pocket as I've seen in a long time. And Vance was still all over him.
I think you agree with this, Kenneth. Somebody other than number 2 has to beat Vance this week. Somebody other than number 2 has to beat Vance this week. That's what it's going to come down to.
But I mean, you just said it, Coach Phillips. Shout out to Coach Harmon, man. He has got the job weeks before the season started. He's 9-0. I mean, they were playing lights out football. Lost the best quarterback in the nation. Lost a kid that had Division I offers, never taken a snap on the varsity level. But yet they're still 9-0. Man, that's just an incredible job by Myers Park staff. Really impressed by what they've done.
Hey, can I say something real quick? Why is Coach Harmon still an interim? What else does he have to do to get the job?
Pat, me and you talk about this right now. Hey, man, let's just move on to the next topic, bro.
Wait, is Myers Park still in the Charlotte-Mecklenburg school system? I can't remember.
Hey, stop disrespecting my guy, Harmon. Start disrespecting my guy. He went 9-0. He got this job late in the season. But, it's a lot of heat. The city behind Harmon. So that's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. Make it right.
I mean, seriously.
I got Vance by 2 touchdowns. So.
Ooh, tell him where you.
I was almost a part of Vance staff. So,
Hey, Webb, I don't want to.
Hey, after what they did, CFI, because they don't got no love for CFI over there. Hey, I'm a part of Vance staff.
Hey, I like what Vance got going, man. I feel like just watching the highlights of some of those guys, the way they swarm to the ball, like y'all say, it's hard.
Y'all might see me high stepping down the sideline when they score.
And they know what they're doing. Everybody knows what they're doing. Everybody's getting the job done. I think Vance is on. I think that loss from Huff at the end of the year has really put them in a different space right now.
You want to know why I think it? They listen to this young fella. His name is Pooh Shiesty, and they just go and get everything back in blood.
And then also Vance is trying to let people know, like, right now they don't care about what
they Debo. They the modern day Debo.
Vance is coming to get everybody in Charlotte.
They coming to snatch everybody's chain.
I mean, it's almost like a repeat of last year. They lose to Huff in the regular season, they just go on a run.
Yep. The players want it, the coaches want it, man. Them guys
hey, all love the MP though, man. All love the MP football team. This energy is the record chip. Y'all know who he is. But hey, man, you gotta love CFI, man. If we gotta be death row, we be death row. We know y'all love the observer. If we gotta be death row, we be death row. If you want us to dance in your music video, we don't do all that.
We ain't got no producers dancing in our videos.
We don't get all that.
Right there on the screen.
Hey, we don't got all that. You got Pep, you got Cherie getting baptized, you got Brandon bringing the footage, you got Justin tapping, you got Joe with the sharp collar, and you got Coach Bill. Coach Bill do Coach Bill, but hey, and you got Killer. Don't call him Kenny, because you call him Kenny, we don't have a problem. We're gonna have a problem. And Coach Bill, he don't bring the West Side with him. But I'm gonna say, I got Shelby with me because I got Coach Webb with me. So we got Cleveland County with it. So y'all in trouble now. So all I'm saying is this. This all I'm gonna say about the Myers Park Vance game. Hey, we don't be there. We don't be locked in. Hey, Myers Park is free promotion. All we do is do free promotion. Pep, he stick his neck out for these kids. Don't deny us because of some bull job. Don't deny us. We just try and do what's right for these kids. And my boy Matt,
thank you, Billups.
My boy Matt, he do right by these kids, man. Don't do that.
That's the vocab word for tonight. Bull job.
Don't bull job. Don't bull job. Hey, you don't want us out there? We're not gonna dance no background. We don't tap dance. There ain't no beats with the Charlotte Reserve because we don't beat. We settle beats. That's how we are.
It's like Sesame Street. Tonight's word is full job.
Yeah. Don't make me make Joe pull up on you with them sharp collars. Don't get it twisted because his collar sharp don't mean he ain't about it.
That game sold out yet?
All right, thank you, Coach.
There's that internet again, man. That internet monster.
I don't know what keeps happening, man. We got to try to get that fixed. I think he's still on that AOL dial-up. We got to get that new disc. That 2.0 version. You got to get that upgrade, man.
Oh my God.
All right. Some comments here. Let's see. Our boy, Mr. Walker, advanced by 28. Good gracious. Wow.
That's
Jackson Bass is back this week. MVP of the Under the Lights Camp D-line. Let's see. Jeff Holland. If Myers Park can give the QB time, we have seen advanced secondary is very prone to giving up big passing plays.
I got something to say on that one.
Go ahead, Jacoby.
Bruh, they got the best D-line in Charlotte. Hands down. They got the best edge rushers. So he talking about stopping their D-line. I don't know. And their secondary, they're not really that bad, but they like a lot of off. And I seen Myers Park, they want to air it out. So that wasn't really a good argument.
But like he said if. That's a big if.
That's a big if. Them boys on some dogs, man. They
like James on the
edge. It's hard to do it for 4 quarters.
Mm-hmm.
But James on the edge, you seen what he did to Huff last game.
He just got didn't he just get an offer from Michigan State? Did I see that? Yeah.
Ben's running back hard too.
Yes, we hadn't even talked about him. That's crazy.
What makes Pierce so great is he's so long. He can take away half of the field in your quick passing game. You can't throw hitches against him. You can't throw slants against him. You can't throw screens against him because he's athletic enough to get a rush, stop, and get those 6'5" arms up that look like 7-foot arms. And he just gets in the quarterback's line of sight. He gets in the wide receiver's line of sight. And that gets into the quarterback's psyche. I mean, that's a huge advantage that Vance has. And then the other kid on the other side, I can't think of his number, the other defensive end, the small one, I think he's one of the most flexible kids. He bends better than any defensive end. He is super impressive himself.
Good points, man. A couple other comments. Let's see here. Chris Nixon, Huff had guys open over the top, but the quarterback missed those throws. I don't see NP missing those. He hasn't all year. Now, I will tell you, Lucas Linoff is one of the most impressive quarterbacks that I have seen all season. When he gets time, the offensive line did a good job in that first-round playoff game. He broke the school record with 7 touchdown passes, putting the ball in really good spots. Now, like we just said, that is a big if. Now, the Myers Park O-line did a great job in pass blocking in that first-round game. And when they've had success offensively, it's because, of course, they're able to protect and give those guys time. They have good receivers, but to the point that I'm going to bring that connection's back on now, so let's bring them back. To the point that was said earlier.
Get banned. That's all it is. Hey, I understand.
Also,
be real.
Go
ahead,
I'm just here to be real.
Don't take nothing away from Vance DBs now. Them boys got some.
I know. They got here. Hey. I'll go ahead and tell you. It's easy to be open when your quarterback getting pressure. It's easy to be open when your quarterback getting pressure. You still got to throw that ball. Hey, Lucas, I love you. I respect your game. Number 2, I respect your game over there, MP. Hey, bring it. I'll see you Friday.
Hey, just because you give up a big play, that's cool. As long as they don't score, that's the end goal.
Tell him go. Pep, you should have brought this man on before.
Bend but don't break. That's what. Hey,
tell him, defensive coach. I'm surrounded by all these offensive guys. We don't bend. We might bend a little bit. That's all right.
Thank you, Coach. I appreciate it.
Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one, man.
All right.
All love, MP. All love.
We got a new director, so we'll listen to the new director. Here we go.
No, you the director, man. I'm just here, man. I'm just the energy.
4A West final. We got Butler going up to Greensboro to take on Grimsley.
Let's go get Butler.
Grimsley has welcomed us. I got a confirmation on that. So me and the producer will be going to Grimsley this Friday night.
Nice
Very excited about
welcome,
that.
isn't it? It's
Yeah.
welcomes you and says,
You know, Greensboro. You know, we ain't been to Greensboro all season.
No, I got smoke with Grizzly. Let's go, Butler. My boy, Coach Nick over there. He been talking a little Grizzly. He been talking a little greasy over there in our little group chat.
At least they said we can come.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, because some other schools say we can't come, and Coach Billy got to go behind closed doors. Nah, that's not right. That's not right. Because I'm gonna go deep. I don't get mad. I don't get mad. I took my medicine. I'm good.
Okay. Let's talk about this game. Oh, go ahead, Kenneth. Let's go ahead.
Well, you know, I think that this is one of the top offenses in the state in Butler, going up against one of the top defenses in the state in Grimsley. You know, Butler's averaging, that being said, Butler averages 45 points a game. They're only giving up 8 points a game. Butler's pitched 4 shutouts this year. The schedule that they play, they pitched 4 shutouts. In fact, I think Porter Ridge and Myers Park scored half of the points that Butler's given up all year. Grimsley, they're averaging 37 points a game and only giving up 6.5 points a game. This is an incredible game. 2 great teams. Grimsley 8-0, Butler 8-1. I think that this is going to be an awesome game to watch. A lot of fun.
Hey man, hey, Butler's angry right now. You know, shout out to the our folks over there at Charlotte Prep. They say angry Butler. Hey, nah. I watched them live and direct. And them boys, that old line's nasty. They nasty. They don't talk. They talk. They back it up. Hey, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know about that game. That's gonna be a good one.
I know.
I'll say this about Butler too. I feel like they're playing with a little chip on their shoulder, you know, because they still feel like people are underrating them. So I'm hoping to see some of that come out on Friday.
Now hold on, we're over there at CFI because the energy I got. I just want y'all to know it over there, Butler, David W. Butler, whatever your name is. Hey, we good. We're not underestimating y'all. I'm sorry because they about took my wallet. They about took all the change in my pocket.
What?
Yeah, they ran up on me. I got a little nervous. Cherie ran. Hey, you know, I ain't had nobody back. Joe, where was you at? I got jumped.
Was it some 14-year-old?
No, it was 30-year-old man. It was parents. No, I'm playing. I'm just playing. No, it was all love, man. Hey,
let me say this. So everyone watching right now, if this is your first time watching CFI, we this is what you get. You know, it's raw.
Man, bump all that.
I'm just saying.
You want to host some stuff? Go watch Charles Prep. Hey, we from the hood. This for the hood over here. Hey, but all jokes aside, hey, respect the Butler, man. Hey, man, they be over there. That's a great staff over there. You know what I'm saying? Joe, stop laughing at me, Joe. It's for the hood. I'm here. Jim's here. We got, we're good. We're hitting all points in the journalism role. We got Jim. We got me. We got Pep. We.
Oh man, what in the world? Why does it keep going out, man? We gotta get this fixed, man. We gotta get this fixed. Good gracious.
The Queen. Brings up a great point.
Yeah.
There's a lot of feeling disrespect in this game. I mean, you've got Butler, who all they hear about is Huff and Vance and Myers Park, and here Butler is a pretty stinking good football team. I mean, a legit top 10 team in the state every single year, and they're almost forgotten about. And then on the flip side of that, you've got every other school in the state. They love to play Charlotte schools because they love to feel like they can hang with Charlotte. And Coach Webb has already talked about that with Shelby, Big Shelby. They want to take shots at Charlotte. And so now you've got Butler coming to Grimsley. Grimsley's having a season to remember. Like, they want to show that they can roll with Charlotte schools. Butler wants to show that they can get to the big dance as well and bring home a ring. I mean, this is why I think this game, there's going to be a lot of emotion. Guys are going to be fired. This is what these kids play football for. This is what you train for as a young boy. This is what you lift all the weights for. This is the greatest week of the high school season, the week before the state championship game, man. I'm excited for these guys.
I was going to say with Grimsley, though, I think Grimsley is going to have a huge chip on their shoulder. I'm going to tell you right now, the Trad, they feel like they're not getting any respect these days either. Although Mount Tabor, you saw what Mount Tabor did to Weddington last week. I'm gonna tell you right now, that was a big eye opener for me. Grimsley, I talked to a coach that saw both Grimsley play in Richmond County. He said Grimsley's the better team.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I know. Just from being in the Greensboro area during college, man, Grimsley. I think this is a big game for both sides. Like I said, I think both teams are feeling some disrespect because I know like Butler wants their seat at the table. Butler's want to finish. Grimsley looking at like my man said, this is season 2. Remember, also I think Grimsley. I think this game would be better gauged if Grimsley could have played Dudley this year, because Dudley is like because Greensboro people, the same way Charlotte is passionate about their football, Greensboro is the same way. Greensboro feel like Dudley is the best school in the world. They feel like they have the best things up there in Greensboro. So I feel like this is gonna be one of the better games probably in the whole state of North Carolina, just off the strength of both teams feel like they have something to prove.
So, question here is: we've seen Davion Nelson going crazy in the playoffs last week. 287 rushing yards, man.
Hey, you don't gotta say the number.
I'm just what?
Also, I hope Nelson has a big game because me and his brother went to school together in Greensboro, and I know he's gonna have our old homeboy stuff in the game because he probably been bragging on him. So I hope Nelson can keep. I hope he can just keep doing what he's doing.
Well, if they better not play Shaw in, he better stay in nose tackle. If he go to end, Nelson will have a game.
Yeah. Also, I can say Greensboro guys do have a way where they feel like they get a little cocky and stuff. They will move people around and feel like they got the best players in the world. So kind of like if they got like the big guy, they got the nose guy. They might put him in like he said. They'll move them all around just to feel like can't nobody block them. So
hey, go ahead and do that. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you. Hey, look at that Butler O-line is nasty. And
that's what I was getting ready to say.
They talk as much junk as you want to talk. Because number 56, the whole game, he told Providence, he said, y'all wanted us and we here. So what's up? I said, oh Lord. And he pulled up on me. He said, Coach Bills, I respect you, but hey, what's up? I said, I'm just over here to work, Brett. I'm sorry. They gave it back to me.
So the biggest thing about that, Butler has a veteran offensive line, big, strong guys that have been through the wars. You're looking at Grimsley's roster, man. So here's the thing. I noticed quarterback's a junior, the leading rusher's a junior. A couple of their receivers, let's see. They got one of the junior receivers. Travis Shaw's a junior. You know, one of the things that Kenneth said last week was experience. You know, and you got a lot of experience with Butler in the key positions. They've been through these kind of wars. Right, exactly. You can name numerous key seniors on this Butler team. When it gets down to it, you know, you got to trust seniors when you're in these big games.
But at the same time, Pep, you been when Harden won their state championship, they rely on a junior. You get what I'm saying? They rely on a junior. They had a lot of senior leadership. But their prize hopes was a junior, so we can't count Grimsley out. Like,
no, I'm not saying that.
No, I know you're not saying that, but like they got their quarterback, he's been playing great. What we're saying is, while we're picking, I don't know, y'all picking, I'm picking Butler. I don't speak for me. I don't speak for other people. I'm picking Butler because that coaching staff. You have too much talent on that staff, and they know how to piece together them pieces because. When I was at that Providence game, them formations, I watched a lot of Butler film before I went there. They were running tight form. They came out of the formation, they motion to a tight formation. That's tough for a defense, me being a defensive coach, because now I'm telling them how to pre-line up or something. Now they gotta make them checks. When we see them tight formations and stuff like that, number 3 at Butler is probably the most undervalued player on that team right now because he's a wing and he plays like a tight end as a wing, as a stand-up wing, and that's rare. And you know, everybody knows game plan for 11, but hey, they got other receivers that can get done. They got you game plan like people who playing Butler. I'm like, we stop Nelson, we stop 11. We win the game. No, number 3 is a force.
You know, and then to your point about coaching, Brian Hales is a dang on mad scientist. I mean, formations, motion, and he does it so well to get matchups. It's all about setting it up and getting a matchup against a guy he thinks his guy can win against. And, you know, I'm excited to see that chess match.
They got to tackle well.
Yeah.
Grimsley got to tackle. You put all that pressure on Shaw. I don't think, me personally, this is why I say Butler wins. I don't think Shaw can single-handedly win that game. That's just me. If they want to, if Greensboro want to win that game, Shaw has to win that game for him. He had to take Butler offense. Butler offense is dynamic. They come out in trips, and then the next thing you know, they in 10 personnel. They go from 10 personnel, they go 11, they go 12 personnel. That's dangerous.
Yeah.
Makes the defense jobs hard on Sundays.
Yeah, like you don't know, like us sitting in them rooms. If you see them come out in 10 personnel, and that's now you know they in 12 personnel. Like, oh Lord, you got to rep that.
And then you don't get to film when they check either. You know how some teams do. They
Yeah. You know how because everybody use that VIN swap. And VIN swap funny nowadays. VIN swap funny nowadays. Coach Webb. VIN swap funny.
Even on huddle too, you can't play somebody homeboy thinking they're gonna send you the film. They ain't doing that.
Yeah, it's tough.
All right, real quick, let's talk Monroe at Charlotte Catholic. This is a rematch from a game early in the season where Catholic won 27-0. I don't think it's gonna be a 27-0 game this time.
Nah, I think punches don't go crazy.
It's hard to win at Charlotte Catholic though, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tough environment.
But isn't that the game that Monroe didn't have all their kids back because they were playing basketball, right?
They just got back, so they really weren't.
It's different. And
Charlotte
punch
environment, man. It's just
Coach Webb, all jokes aside, punch playing different right now.
Well, one thing
he's playing different right now.
That Monroe staff and that Monroe team, they are riding high and they are confident right now.
Yeah, punch playing right now. Hey, he's playing right now.
You call their coach and ask him how he feel about the game. If you say your team fast, he's gonna say his team's faster.
You know, Coach Sowell, he could take your school's basketball team win a state championship.
Yeah,
you can take a football team, or you can take your track team. It doesn't matter. The man knows how to coach. It doesn't matter what sport it is.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you right now, that's one of the best coaches in the state.
I agree.
Yep, totally agree. Jacob, you got any thoughts on this one?
If they can get the wide out the ball enough, I think that if Charlotte Catholic, if they don't play over top, or if they don't go if they don't play, I'm gonna say cover 4 like the whole game, because that's really what it is. Like, Shalik, he more of a deep threat.
Mm-hmm.
Like he can kill you going underneath, but he more like a deep threat dude. So they can play like a lot of deep coverages, and if they can cloud him, then Catholic gonna come out with the win. But now if they can't cloud him, it's murder she wrote.
Hey, I like this one. Hey, you keep bringing him on because he said the play. I like that. No, keep bringing him. You are a true DB. I like that. That man said cloud.
He brought up a good point too. If you put somebody over the top, they have little scat guys that can burn you as well. So it's pick your poison. What is Charlotte Catholic going to pick?
Yeah, I know.
But Catholic, but you thinking like you Catholic coach? I don't trust that T. I'm just gonna grind it out.
Mm-hmm.
So I was getting ready to say.
Somebody, I know what we normally do. We put if Catholic has a DB, I'm not a DB, but a linebacker that's well in space, they might can put somebody on top of the receiver, on top of punch and ghost them. That way, if somebody in his face don't get free relief. Because the Monroe Kings Mountain game, all he was doing, he was running verticals like he was Randy Moss.
Man, he caught one. He looked like Randy Moss in his prime. He caught one pass. I said, Jesus Christ.
Yes, but the thing about it, if you drop everybody back, then they might throw an element out there you ain't seen before. Like they have a bunch of good receivers. So it's
and a great
we all think about punch. We all just think about punch. But they got another one. And he nasty too.
I don't know if to pick me apart than just throw verticals all night.
Yeah. Nah.
Hey, Jack Crump, the running back, went for 131 last week.
Exactly.
It's like what are you gonna pick? What are you gonna pick?
Well, I'll tell you, man. The question that I've got: can Monroe stop the Catholic running game?
Facts.
If Catholic is going to chew it up and get first downs, all that offense doesn't matter.
That's the hard part.
That guard don't take you the ball every time. That guard don't take when you playing wing T. The guard don't take you the ball every time. And it was about Catholic. They do a great job. They put like in the interview with Charlotte Preps. The head coach said it's helmet on helmet all the time. And that's the one thing about wing T. Yes, the guard take you the ball every time, but they get a helmet on helmet every time. And that's the one thing about Catholic. And that running back, he is nasty. He's mean. He's not the typical Catholic running back. He's just mean. He's nasty. And he's a redhead.
The first guy never goes down. He never goes down with the first guy. The first tackle never brings him down.
And his stiff arm is like, woo. He got LT stiff arm. Like he don't stiff arm, but he don't get out of it. But I think Monroe's don't get it, but because I got faith. I have a lot of faith.
All right. I think it's that time. Here we go. Rapid fire coming down the line. Vance at Myers Park. Kenneth.
Vance.
Queen.
Vance.
Westpedia.
Myers Park.
Coach Webb.
Vance.
Producer.
Vance.
Polo Joe.
Vance.
Illustrious.
Oh, you already know, Vance. Let's go.
Jacoby. Prediction.
Cougars.
All right. Oh, we got Tap In. He's paying attention now. Tap In. Vance Myers Park. What you got?
He muted. Oh my God. Andre 3000.
I'm still right now. Just got a session, but I do got Myers Park.
Okay, Myers Park.
Did you say Myers Park?
I do have Myers Park.
Well, you tell them let you in the game.
They will.
You must not got that text earlier.
I did not text him. I didn't text him yet. All right. We'll let him figure what out he's doing over there. All right. Let's see. Butler at Grimsley. Kenneth.
Butler.
Queen.
Butler.
You already know what she going with.
Producer.
Butler.
Illustrious.
So I want to get beat up again. Butler.
Polo Joe.
Butler.
Westpedia.
Grimsley.
Are you just being a contrarian? What is going on here?
I think these games are going to be good.
What's going on?
Hands right there.
We have a heel.
You going Myers Park, Grimsley?
All right, Coach Webb.
I got Butler.
Jacoby.
Butler.
Let's see. I don't even see Justin, so
Man, he out there running. He's running to Myers Park. Go get it.
Trying to get it.
Go get it.
They said Justin got a strap by a guy in a Bruce Kelby shirt.
There he is.
They said he got
Go get it, Myers Park.
All right, so it's going to be a closer game than everybody thinks, but I'm going to go Butler.
all right, good deal. And now I'm picking Butler as well. I didn't pick the first game, but I'm picking Vance also. All right, Monroe at Catholic. Kenneth.
Charlotte Catholic.
Queen.
I got Catholic.
Producer.
I'm gonna go Monroe.
Illustrious.
I'm going Monroe.
Polo Joe.
I'm going Catholic until somebody beats them.
Westpedia.
Charlotte Catholic.
Coach Webb.
I'm going Monroe. Hey, Joe, don't act like Cleveland County don't be whooping up on Catholic now. Kings Mountain. Hey, Kings Mountain not Cleveland County, by the way. Make sure you remember that. We don't claim that.
Joe.
That's not my problem.
Hey, Webb, he started that college today. He knew today.
All right, Jacoby.
If Catholic can stop Khalid, I'm saying Catholic. Yeah, I'm saying Catholic.
Catholic. All right. And Justin then went into darts.
I'm still here.
Hey man, get off the cam, man. Get off the show, man. You make us look bad. We trying to get syndicated. And you on the black, man. Get off the show, man.
They said Justin was talking about Shelby and somebody
ain't even got the right.
Got him.
Yeah. Well, we got to discuss that, man. You was on my head last show about Shelby, and now the whole Cleveland County is out. What's up with that?
Oh no!
You have a light.
Hey,
I'm gonna turn both lights on for that. Hold on.
It's only 4 schools down there, Justin. I mean, the chances of us getting it out. And we like Charlotte. We don't got 100 high schools.
Hey, Webb.
That's true.
Hey, Webb. Hey, ask him where East Mac at.
You like East Mac? Come on, dog. Are y'all even Charlotte?
Billups, you coach at West Charlotte. Stay out of this.
Hey, but I went far in the East Mac. East Mac have a sniff. East Mac have a sniff for playoffs.
Don't worry. We got a new head coach coming in. We're gonna turn the program around. Don't worry. We're gonna be back on top.
But who the head coach?
Don't worry. Give us 4 years. We back on top. Don't worry.
Oh Lord, I'll be retired by then.
Don't worry. We got
Okay.
Do I need to call foul and schedule East Mac versus West Charlotte game?
Oh Lord.
Don't say that.
We're working on a CFI jamboree, so we'll set it up for the jamboree.
If y'all trying to scrimmage, let me know. I can get that in line.
Nah, we ain't playing with you. We ain't messing with y'all. Y'all bullies. Y'all. And Cherie being quiet because Indy ain't got nothing. Independent ain't got nothing, but we got something for them this year.
We ain't even talking about independence. We still got everybody by like 10 years. So that
don't mean nothing, but we talking about now. We don't even know we don't know a Patriot.
Hey.
No. You know me.
Hey. No, we don't.
Yes, you do.
We know the baptism. The baptism.
What happened?
No, that connection went out again.
Like a true independence man.
Oh,
they still think Chris Lee coming out that locker room.
Because that was my quarterback. Okay.
Oh boy. All right. Summer camps in recruiting. Kenneth made a great post on Twitter the other day. Why don't you go ahead and summarize that?
I got a post too. You want to talk about that?
Hey, we getting there. Calm down.
Okay. Are you gonna leave me out? Pep like leaving me out of stuff. I gotta reinforce myself every now and then.
The post was simple. Number one, a high school athlete does not need to go to 8 to 10 camps in the summertime. A couple things are going to happen. Number one, you're going to get burned out. And when I say burned out, I don't mean you're going to get tired of football. What I mean is that you're putting yourself in a position to get hurt faster. You can't work out with your high school team 4 days a week. You can't work out in the weight room with your high school team. You can't be running around with your high school team and going to a college camp every Friday and Saturday. It's impossible. You're risking injury. The chance of injury goes up. Number two, it's not super smart, to be honest with you. Number three, Coach Higgins said it earlier from Wake Forest, the associate head coach, a dude who has been a head Division I football coach. He said, when you go to a camp, make sure that your high school football coach calls that coach up, that school up. A lot of people say, oh, I'm going to send my kid to 15 mega camps because each mega camp has 20 different schools at it. Well, here's what you got to realize. 20 different schools are at that mega camp, but so are 900 other athletes. And unless your son runs a 4.40, your son probably isn't going to stand out versus those 900 athletes. You have got to contact the school. That's your coach's, your son's high school coach's job. And so what I would do when kids would come to me in March and April and May, and they'd say, hey, Coach, I'm going to go to ECU. Hey, Coach, I'm going to go to Lenore Ryan. Hey, Coach, I'm going to go to Catawba's camp. When they would give me the dates, because I have an Android phone, way better than those stupid other phones that y'all use, I would plug in a text that would go out 48 hours before the camp began. If the camp was on a Saturday, the text would go out Thursday morning, 2 days before the camp. It would say, hey, Coach, just want you to know that young Billy, wide receiver, 6'1", 180 pounds, he's a 2023 kid, is going to be at your camp. Here's a little bit about little Billy. Because what happens when a college coach shows up to that camp on Friday or Saturday, he gets a printout of all the kids who are going to be at camp. This is what Coach Higgins was talking about. And then he's got a list in his phone that they want to look at. He's got a list that he's heard about that maybe he wants to get his eyes on. So what he does is he pulls out his highlighter and he starts going through all 900 names. They're in alphabetical order. And he starts highlighting who he wants to see. If your kid's high school coach is not calling up these schools at these mega camps, you're wasting your time other than the experience, other than being on a college campus. If he's a quarterback, he's going to get 3 throws in one-on-ones. He's going to get 3 throws in 7-on-7. It's a waste of time. Mega camps can be good bangs for your buck, but usually when you're one of 900 kids, you're not going to get noticed. Don't need to go to 10 to 12 camps. You and your son and your high school coach need to sit down, and y'all need to come up with a strategic plan. Recruiting is very strategic. And here's what you need to do. Number 1, high school coach, where can my son play? Coach Higgins said it a moment ago. If your son can't play at Wake Forest, he needs to know that. You as a parent need to know that. If your son is a Division II player, he doesn't need to go to 12 FCS camps. Just keeping it real with you. You're wasting time. You're wasting money. Put that money towards something useful, like getting him a math tutor, like getting him a personal trainer, like getting him a dietitian. It's going to help him lose some of that body fat that might take 1/10 of a second off. But y'all need to sit down. Where can my kid play? Realistically, what type of college player is he? Is he a Division II player? Is he a Division I player? Or is he we're hoping to find a spot for him in a Division III team? And then once you figure that out, you need to figure out, what does my kid do and what schools around is he interested in that maybe he fits in? If your kid likes to air the ball out all over the place, you don't want him going to a Division I school that runs the single wing. You got to be smart about this. There's a science behind the recruiting, and this is where a lot of high school coaches and a lot of parents get confused. And there are a lot of parents who get caught up in the hype, and they think that I've got to get my kid to 15 different camps, and all you're doing is potentially hurting your kid's senior season, your kid's junior season, especially when they just came off of a spring season like right now. Pick 3 or 4 camps max. That's if you can afford it. I suggest 2 or 3 camps, and make sure that you do your homework and that your kid's coach does his homework. Make sure your kid's high school coach does his job. That's what his job is.
That's great stuff. Great stuff, Kenneth. You guys got, let me ask you, Jacoby, talk about your experience at the Rivals camp. And you already said that, you feel like you got kind of screwed because they didn't get you video of your one-on-ones. So just talk a little bit about what that was like for you.
The Rivals camp, like by itself, it was a good camp. I learned a lot of things. I got some good advice from some big time dudes. But I come up with what was that?
That's just don't worry about that.
But no, I say I think it was good for like exposure because like they send it out to schools or whatever. But I say like college camps are better than the Rivals camps, in my opinion, because you can go out there in front of college coach and you know that they seeing you. Versus you going to a Rivals thing and they're sending it out, but you don't really know that because people can just be saying anything. To be honest with you. But yeah, I say like I agree on what he said. Get your little school camps in and know what you can do and like where you should be at. There's no point you going to a school that you probably never gonna play at or that's not even thinking about you. Like that's like me going to Bama and I ain't heard from Bama ever. So like why would I do that? So I agree on what he said about going somewhere that fits you versus you just going to a school and thinking that you just gonna go out there and show out because that's not even how that works. Because most schools like schools know who they're gonna look at before you even get there. So if you just pulling up there thinking that you're gonna really get recruited, that's a long shot in my opinion.
That's good stuff, Jacoby. Yeah, go ahead, Coach.
If Jacoby shows up at a camp and a school is actively recruiting him, even if a school's already offered him, that school's coach who's there to work with Jacoby, that college coach wants to know, how does he take my coaching? What do our personalities look like? Coach Higgins, once again, said it just a little bit ago. He talked to the custodians in the school to know what kind of behavior, what kind of character that kid has. That coach is going to work with Jacoby. He ain't going to work with the 5'8", 125-pound white kid who's an 8th grader. He's going to work with Jacoby. He's going to get his work in. A lot of time, parents have these false ideas about what camps are and what about their purposes are. Camps are to get kids on college campus, but to get kids who the colleges are recruiting. When you go to a Division I camp, they are there. Their whole purpose is to get their prospects on their camp, period. They're getting the secret tours of the school. They're seeing all the facilities. The average camper is not seeing those things. Know who you are and know where you can head, where you can play.
Also,
Very
make sure
good.
you are like a camp guy. I know it's a lot of kids that they're not like a camp guy. Like you may have a guy that's real great on film, but goes to a camp and stinks it up because he hasn't been trained properly on how to do the 40, how to do the L drill, how to do the shuttle, and stuff like that. So make sure that you are a camp kid. Like you can be a camp kid and have bad film, and just because you ball that at a camp, you might get an offer just right there. So just know, like, so know, like, if you know you're a bigger D lineman and you gotta go to camps and run 40s, don't go. Just put your film out there, show you dominate and clog holes, because if that's what you're good at, then that's what you're good at. So just make sure you know, don't hurt yourself by going to a camp because you want to look and you've never been coached on how to run the L drill or 40 or shuttle, because it's gonna hurt you in the long run.
Big facts. If you can't get into a stance to run a 40, you don't need to run the 40 that day. Just set it out, big dog.
That's good stuff, man. Guys, who else got some thoughts on camps and recruiting?
No, it's like they all say, you know, like DBs. I would tell you that when y'all go to camps, y'all can't escape a 40 in the L drill. That's your make or break. Everybody think that 1-on-1 what really makes it break it is that L and that 40 drill. It's just like in the NFL. They want to see it. They want to see, can you move? Do you got good hips? And can you get out of a break? That's why when you come to Charlotte football inside camp, you know, that's why I just work on the basics. We don't do all that, you know, game time stuff. We just work on coming out of a break.
And then if you're a linebacker, if you're a run stopper, don't go to a 7-on-7 camp.
Don't.
You can't cover. You're gonna expose yourself, and now these coaches gonna be like, "Oh man, you're a great linebacker." Now you knock down the list.
It's like Coach Webb is saying, like everybody's saying, you gotta play your strength.
Yeah.
Like when I tell kids to go to camp, you gotta be able to open them hips and run, and you play linebacker. You play outside linebacker, go to camp. Inside linebackers don't go to camps because more than likely your high school coach is using as a run stopper. We don't see a lot of Tampa 2 middle linebackers, and that's just me being honest. You know, we don't, and even like the ones who sit there in the middle, they don't really know how to read because their eyes going straight to the quarterback. Corners, safeties, learn how to read routes before you come. Learn how to read routes. Learn how to run a 40. You run 40, you run a good L drill. Hell, if you run a 4.5 40 at a camp, you'll get off. Like a legit 4.5. If you run 4.4, something like that, you're going to get off. You're Power 5. And I know a lot of people are telling everybody they run 4.48s, 4.46. No, you don't. Most of y'all run 4.60s, 4.7s. It's just me being honest. That's not negative, but you gotta learn how to run it.
So, to everyone's point here on this panel, all that information, when you come to Charlotte Football Insider Spring Showcase May 22nd at Mountain Island Charter, you can sign up on the website, charlottefootballinsiders.com. You're going to get trained the right way. You know, we got the right guys here with the right information. You know, please come and get ready to go to these camps in June. That's why we did it on May 22nd, so you can get a chance to get all that bad stuff out, all that bad technique everyone's talking about. You don't want to do it when you're trying to go get the money. So you come to our camp, let our guys coach you the right way on how to do it. You get a full camp experience, combine experience, nice shirt. You know you're going to get film Jacoby.
But I'll say this, like with DBs, I would DB. If you mainly in a man concept defense, learn how to play zone before you go to these camps. At least learn how to play zone in a read concept, because when you watch college football, not all college football play man. They play some man. It's more zone and read concepts. So I would tell all the DBs and the linebackers, you gotta learn how to cover, and you gotta learn how to get your eyes off them quarterback. Just read the routes, learn how to do split field coverage, and it'll benefit you. So that'll help you. So that's not a knock if your DC is telling you. That means you got a bunch of dogs around you. You can run cover 0, cover 1, but you need to learn. You need to learn how to run cover 3, cover 2, cover 4, cover 6. You just need to learn how to run these concepts because they help you. You need to learn how to run read concept because some colleges that's all they run. They run a 2 read, 4 read. You need to learn that. So, we can teach you at the camp, but you need to go on YouTube and just learn. And just, invest in yourself. And I know everybody get nervous when Coach Bill say YouTube, but YouTube will teach you how to play some coverage. You know what I'm saying? It'll help you out when you go to the camp because a lot of y'all just man-based corners. It's just like Madden. You gotta you gotta know how to play a little man and zone. And that's football.
All right. Any guys got anything else?
I was just gonna say, from a media perspective, if there's ever, if you ever see me out there, or any of us, I'm sure, and you see us holding the camera, and you feel like you don't get the exposure that you need, feel free to let me know, that you want some extra tape because that'll help you out. And I don't mind doing any of that for anybody. So that's just from Sheree.
But earn the tape. Earn the tape.
And I understand that, but some people, some people might be targeted, for whatever reason.
We don't do that at CFI. You know that.
And, always getting recognition. So that's a player that you kind of.
But no, I feel what you're saying. But I've been saying at most of them camps, they already got what they want. Like Kenneth said, and like Coach Webb said. But y'all gotta pick the right camps. If you're under a radar guy, I would say come to CFI because we treat everybody like they're 4 stars and 5 stars. And that's just me being honest. And not me saying that because of Pep. It's just me. I work the camp. We treat them all like that. And you just got to work.
So there'll be some more information coming out about the camp. And I know there's some other great camps out there, but I will say this. What other camps are going to have college coaches? We have proven we ran 2 camps last year. We had coaches out there. We had guys getting offered from the camp. I don't see it. I don't see it anywhere else. So I'm going to just say you got options out there. Spend your money wisely. And I that's all I'll say about
that.
Buy
a jump rope, fellas. Buy a jump rope. Work on them feet.
Also, fellas, if you want to ask for that media time, please learn how to talk in front of us.
Please.
Very underrated comment. Very smart comment.
That camera is closer to your face than what you think it is on TV.
Yeah, and don't say don't say yeah, don't say just talk.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, that young man down there in the bottom center, Jacoby,
he doing great.
One of the best interviews we ever did. That's when we were doing them on Instagram before we even started doing this. And you know how Instagram is, man. That thing is hard. You gotta sit there, hold your phone. Hey, one of the best right there, man. Y'all
keep going ham with that, Pep. Inside joke.
Kobe, I want to know, man. You down there with my guy, Coach Bradley, man. What's Coach Bradley like to play for?
To me, that's a real good dude right there. That's my guy. He working hard though, most definitely. He a real hardworking guy. He always know what he's talking about. I know that he helped out like a lot of our DBs, and that was one thing like I really had liked about him because after our season, like my sophomore year, like we was looking for somebody like get us juiced up, and then he came like with just perfect energy. So yeah, that's a real like.
Does he still carry his towel around his neck always?
Oh yeah, it's always like right up on his shoulder.
Man, that's good stuff. Well, you know what? It is now that time, so y'all get ready in the background. Think about what you're gonna say, because it is everyone's favorite CFI segment with their favorite host. Definitely not me after the night. Here we go.
You know what? We're just going to go ahead and get it started from the very beginning. the illustrious one. You're up first. Who are you sliming this week?
Man, I'm at peace right now, so
No, I don't want to hear that. Who are you sliming this week?
Hey man, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you this. You take it as shot, you take it as whatever. You know, Coach Billups, I'm good wherever I go. Hey man, you got a problem with CFI, just say it. Like, I don't like all that disrespect y'all doing right now. I got a text message today. I ain't appreciate that text message I got. But Coach Billups gonna be at that game. And you can't ban the snowman. Just remember that. Like, I don't know what all this is about Pep and what we do. You know, we be where we want to be, and it ain't no beef with the observer because I don't beef with people. I settle beefs. That's how I move. I always been like that. You know, you check my resume. Y'all seen on CFI. Y'all seen people chirp on here, say this and that. Coach Billups just keep it real and just be him. You know, Coach Billups don't beef with nobody. I'm too old for that. Well, I ain't too old. I'm only 36. But guys, we out here getting free exposure, man. Don't have no beef with Pep and say you can't get us in the game, man. We out here doing all this stuff for your school and stuff like that. Just like I said, it bothers me when the guys start acting like broads. And just know, we keeping cabs. And all I'm saying, man, you got a lot of sexy business going on behind the scenes. Come on. Like, come on. I can't say who I'm sliming, but they know because I know they watching because they call my athletic director quick when I say what I said on Twitter. But hey, you can't be out here moving like that. Like, don't do that. Like, Pep, if you got beef with Coach Billups, just tell me. Like, last person who had beef was unnecessary. I don't know why they had beef. He turned a whole school against me. But I didn't know why that was. But when I found out it was feelings, it was cool. But y'all gotta stop all this nonsense. You know, I ain't trying to be no tough guy. I'm just a father. That's all I am. You know, I'm just a father. I take care of my babies. I love my baby. But y'all gotta stop all this with CFI. If we gotta be Death Row Records, we'll be Death Row Records. So hey, if you got a problem with CFI, just, you know, Pep already told you, hit him with it. Don't hit me with it because you already know the interaction we don't have. But hey, you better stop all that nonsense because we own you. We own you.
Polo Joe, you're up next. Who you sliming this week?
Hey, anybody that has beef with Billups, anybody that got beef with Pep, you know, it's a problem. So you don't want problems. Anyhow, Charlotte traffic has been bugging me these past couple weeks. It's always been bad. It's no secret. But lately, it's been about as erratic as, man, how do you describe this? It's just been erratic. One minute is traffic flying up and down the highway. The next minute you're in gridlock. Yeah, it leaves people a lot of questions, a lot with little answers. People flipping each other off in the traffic. Who knows? I even saw Batman. I have pictures. That's all I'm gonna say. But Charlotte traffic, just get it together, people. Let's just get it together.
You know what? That's how we roll, Polo Joe. You either ride with us or you collide with us. It's as simple as that. CF5. That's right. That's how we roll. Producer, who you sliming this week, man?
All right. So even though he's filthy rich, I gotta slime Floyd Mayweather for this Logan Paul fight he's booked. I mean, you I guess he claims to be, you know, the greatest of all time. That's debatable. A lot of people do put him at the top, no matter what. Whether he's your number one or not, you gotta put him in your top list of all time greats. And you booking a fight with a YouTuber? I mean, I get it. I mean, I get it. It's a money grab. I get it. A lot of people are gonna pay just because it's Floyd Mayweather. It's another Floyd Mayweather fight, but I guess it lines your pockets, does nothing for your resume. So it's pointless. It's almost a silly fight, but whatever. Gotta slime him for that.
That's what's up. I hear you. Next up, we've got the human encyclopedia, the man who knows more about Stanley County football than anyone who has ever lived. Westopedia. Who are you sliming this week?
You know, that's pretty scary when you say about Stanley County and the rich history of football. We've had Albemarle's obviously had a lot of history, but I want to say back in 1987, we had I think it was 86, 87, North Carolina passed to where you had to wear a seat belts if you sat in the front seat, either driver or on the passenger side in the front. And, at first, a lot of people complained and moaned about it. And, you had all these constitutional right arguments, and they're flimsy. They're like, oh, it's against my constitutional rights to wear a seatbelt. Well, the whole time is like, was it against the constitutional rights of the person cleaning up your brains after having it littered all over your car? Now we have the thing with the mask. I know everybody's getting tired of hearing this, but this past Friday, I was watching a football game in the mountains. I was watching via internet, and the announcers, they were doing the play-by-play, and they're allowed not to wear a mask as long as they're socially distancing. Well, these two guys were not. Not only that, they were in the bleachers with everybody else. I've showed pictures to Kenneth earlier on this week about these people, and you might get a picture of 80 people, and you might have 3 masks wearing it. People, just wear your mask. It is so safe. It's so easy to do. Don't make a constitutional argument. I mean, seriously, if you need a drama, if you want to have some drama in your life, go watch a soap opera. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, pretty stinking simple. I wear a mask 9-10 hours a day, and I forget that I have the mask on, except for when I look at it and it's got all the spit on it from me screaming and hollering all day. Cherie, the queen. Who are you sliming tonight?
So y'all see I got my hat on backwards, and it ain't because I'm a G either. It's because I'm angry. I'm gonna tell y'all why I'm angry. Because I found out today that Teddy Bridgewater has been traded. And I am so unhappy with this. So Carolina Panthers, y'all getting slimed double this week. Y'all didn't give that man no opportunity to do nothing. And not only that, but just look at it from my standpoint, I guess. This dude had one season with this team. And everybody says that like Tom Brady had, he was with his team for one season and all this other stuff. He won a Super Bowl. So it's all great. And I'm like, yeah, but you're talking about Tom Brady. This man's been in the NFL for 40 freaking years. Of course he's going to win a Super Bowl with any team he plays with. I'm like, but you're talking about Teddy B here. Traded for a 6th round pick. So, I mean, they basically were just saying, we'll just give you whatever scraps we have and you get Teddy Bridgewater. He's already been traded twice in his career, both times because of Sam Darnold. So I just feel bad for the dude. I'm always excited to see, what we're going to do and how the season's going to unfold. I'm like, but y'all making me question my loyalty, man. I'm getting Charlotte Hornet vibes over here, and I'm not trying to do that with my Panthers. So I'm going to need y'all to get it together. That's all I got.
See, the crazy thing is I was going to give a shout out to the Carolina Panthers for finally getting rid of Teddy Bridgewater. A year ago when he came on, everybody was like, oh, well, at least Teddy Bridgewater won't lose any games for us. And I was like, yeah, and he's not going to win any games for us either. He started 15 games and he won 5 of them. Goodbye to the minivan, Teddy check down Bridgewater. Good night. Well, I'm not excited about Sam Darnold, though. But that being said, man, our guest, Jacoby, who are you sliming on tonight, man? Who's bugging you today?
Glad you asked me, man. So I'll probably say my teacher.
Ooh, yeah, don't say any names.
Oh no, I ain't saying no names. Wait, disclaimer though, I do love all my teachers and I finish all my work. But yeah, one of my teachers, she been assigning me like a buttload of work. So yeah, I'm not too cool about that. But I still got love for it. But yeah, she been it's getting on my nerves. But yeah, that's how I'm sliming.
Just trying to get you prepared for that big time college atmosphere in a couple of years. That's all it is. That's all it is. Up next, we always leave the big dogs for last, the big flips for last, Big Shelby almost last. Coach Webb, who are you sliming on tonight, man?
Well,
and I hear that Shelby coaches talk a lot of smack, so don't be holding back, man.
I got you, man. Well, since I don't know when I'm going to be able to come back on the show, man, I'm sliming a couple things tonight, man. First and foremost, I'm sliming the Carolina Panther fans. Stop believing in these guys, man. They can't get it done. I stopped believing in the Panthers whenever I was a young kid at the game in the famous pick six game from Jake Del Home. Ever since then, I said I'm never believing in the Carolina Panthers ever again. Also, my guy Pep, man, in this Queen City Bowl, man, I appreciate you guys getting my Shelby guys in there, man. 2 of those guys in there, they hard working, they deserve it. But I cannot believe you guys, the coaches left off my guy Tyler Arrington. Big snub at DB, Mr. Lockdown, man. He could have made it at DB, a cornerback or receiver, man. I'm just disappointed that my guy didn't get in, him or his brother, man. I'm disappointed. Last but not least, the parents of these student athletes, I'm getting tired of y'all calling us coaches about why your son not getting in and your son ain't showed up to weight training in the last 3 weeks. And the weight training coach is the OC. Please stop calling us. Please stop calling us. Talk to your son first. If you want to have a talk about it, we can talk about it. But just know it's something he's not doing right if he's not getting in the game, man.
Big facts on the last one, especially. I used to tell parents, if you got an issue about your son's playing time, number one, you need to sit down in the living room or over the dinner table, and you need to have an honest conversation with your son where you're asking him to take a deep look at what he is doing or not doing that deserves or does not deserve to get onto the field. Great stuff, Coach. I'll go next. I'll tell you who I'm going to slime. I'm going to stay on the parent slime, but I'm going to slime the parents of flag football. My 2 7-year-old boys are in their first season of flag football because last year got canceled because of COVID. Now, my 2 boys dominated on Sunday. One boy had a 40-yard touchdown, a 35-yard touchdown. He caught a touchdown. He caught a 2-point conversion. The other boy threw a touchdown, threw a 2-point conversion. They both had 4 tackles apiece. One boy was the named captain, and he forced a fumble as well. My boys were dominating. Now, they lost, but that's all good. It's a learning experience because they're pre-K, kindergarten, and first graders. But I'm looking at you, parents of pre-K, kindergarten, and first graders who are out there thinking that this is the Super Bowl, who are out there thinking that your son is going to get a college scholarship based off of their performance in a Saturday afternoon not even a 7-on-7. It's a 5-on-5 flag football league. Get out of here. The only reason why you're hollering from the sidelines is because, let's be honest, you weren't a very good athlete yourself back in school, and you were trying to live vicariously through your now 5- and 6-year-olds. You ain't fooling nobody. You can scream and holler and hoot and all that kind of stuff, but all you're doing is showing that you just couldn't make the cut when you were little, so you're hoping that if you're hard enough on your 5-year-old boy, that one day he'll be able to make the cut. So I'm sliming you, parents of the pre-K, kindergarten, and first grade flag football league. And lastly, but not least, our boss man, the one who makes this show happen, the one who started the most influential prep football talk show in North Carolina. How influential are they? Pep Man, just this week, I didn't even tell you, I got a $30 gift certificate in the mail from Bojangles. Why? Because on this show, I mentioned that I had to wait a little bit too long in the drive-thru for my Cajun filet biscuit combo with a cheer wine and a seasoned fries. $30 will be put to good use. I promise you. But Pep, who you on tonight?
First of all, I get half of that, so just put that in half. I appreciate that. All right. Anyway, there was a lot of things that I could slime. Given everything that has been going on here recently in my life, a lot of it I haven't even shared with anybody. But the one thing I will say is this: I don't understand why it's so hard to get things done in today's society. We go to a lot of schools, we go to a lot of places, and a lot of places are very welcoming to us, because they see what we do for kids, for programs, for coaches, and, just schools in general. We give exposure. We're always positive when we talk about those things. And, everyone on this show, is in it for the kids, at the end of the day. Everyone here works full-time jobs. No one gets paid. We do this because we want to provide, an enhancement to the high school football experience. That being said, and this is not a shot at, what we've been talking about on the show, and because this has happened before. I don't understand why we have to make simple things so difficult. We are an NCHSAA registered group. We have guys with NCHSAA passes. I know for a fact that there are other groups that can go anywhere and get in, and it's no problem. But I feel like that we have done a damn good job given the conditions that we are under. There are people that work and do this full time that don't put in the time and the dedication and the love and the respect that these guys do and girls do on this panel. And, once again, sometimes it slaps me in the face sometimes to remind myself that, despite all of the things that you do that are good, there's still a lot of mountains that you still have to climb. And sometimes it's disappointing because all you do is try to do what's right. And, I hope it works out to where we're able to cover a big game with some very deserving kids that we've covered all season long, which is the most ironic thing about it. But anyways, it's disappointing, man. It's disappointing. But, the one thing that I will tell you is every time you get smacked down one step, you climb 3 steps more to get back to where you were and surpass it. Like I make a post on Facebook the other day. Sometimes it's hard. It's hard, and no matter what, CFI is not going anywhere. We're gonna be right here. We're gonna be doing things the right way. We're gonna be exposing kids the right way, and we're not gonna try to take advantage of anyone in doing that. There's some very shiesty people out here that try to make money off of kids in different ways, camps, so-called exposure websites, things of that nature. And I think Jacoby even said it earlier. Guys that say, we're going to get in contact with this college, that college, and we're going to get you filming, out there. The proof's in the pudding right here. We got D1 coaches on this show for months now, period. We got coaches at our camps. Every coach that's eligible to be at a camp has been at a CFI camp in the Carolinas. I mean, the proof's in the pudding, man. We don't BS people here. Everything we do is genuine. It's from the heart. And I want everyone in Charlotte and the surrounding metro area to understand that and recognize it. We're not there with everyone yet, and that's okay. We're going to damn sure make sure to fight to get there, though. And one thing you're going to do, even if you don't like our style, you don't like what we say sometimes, maybe we're a little silly, maybe we like to have too much fun, so forth and so on. The one thing you're going to do is respect us on the same level as the other outlets that are out here, because we're doing just as much, if not more sometimes, with less time and much more heart and much more effort. And that's what CFI is at the end of the day. Okay, this is all about love. Okay, I'm going broke putting money into this stuff, but it's for the love of the kids, man. That's why we do this. We're going to keep on doing it till the wheels fall off. And I know these guys on this show, for what they said tonight, I know they got my back. That's why I roll with them, no matter what. There it is.
Pep, I'm with you 100%. I just counted it up. 16 straight weeks of coaches we've had on this show. We're going to finish off strong the last 4 weeks. We got a great group of coaches coming on, and I got 10 coaches who are begging me to come on the show that we can't get on until the fall or the summertime when we open it back up. And every time we talk to a coach, they're all coaches who recruit this area, who recruit the 704. Coach Higgins recruits South Charlotte. We had Coach Lindenberg on. We've had all of them on. All these coaches are 704 Mecklenburg County, Union County, Gaston County, Cleveland County, Cabarrus County coaches. That's why we have them on, because we're trying to get them turned on to local athletes.
But at the same time, Kenneth, we should not have to say that. And I feel you. I love you. You know, if anybody advocate for you, Kenneth, I advocate for you. It's just like I advocate for everybody on this show. But what Pep says, it stands with me, because we're not asking to be superior to these other people. Just give us the same respect, because that's what we do. We all here for these kids, and we do so much. Like, we give up our Saturdays, our Fridays. Like, a lot of people don't do what we do. It ain't us versus them, but they want to make it us versus them. It never don't be that. It's always us versus us, because we're our only competition. And so, like I said, y'all got the same text I got. I ain't like that. So that's why I said what I said. You know, if y'all got a problem with me, just have a problem with me, but don't have a problem with Pep, because Pep is bigger than me, and CFI is bigger than me. Like, just say, hey, I got a problem with Coach Bill. Coach Bill's cool. Coach Bill go get his daughter, he go home. You know, watch Paw Patrol, go watch Spider-Man and stuff like that. I'm cool with that. That's why I think a lot of people don't understand. Like, if my head coach say, hey, Brandon, I got a problem with you, Coach Bill should walk away. And I'm cool with being just a father. But don't take nothing somebody's doing genuine because you got a problem. And that's why I feel like, I hope it's not right. Make it right. Just make it right. But just know, Coach Bill's always got a way to work around it. And hey, I see you Friday. That's all I tell you. I'll see you Friday. And that's all I say. It's all love. But don't do Pep like that. Matt is one of the most genuine people. Joe is a genuine person. Kenneth is, Jim, Cherie, Webb is. Webb, you know, he just speak his mind. We're all grown. We speak our mind, and we're passionate about the things that we do. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you got this young fella on here. Great job, Cole. I respect you, man. You come on here with us crazy folks, but I respect you. Keep going. I'm gonna be cheering for Catawba Ridge. That's one of my favorite up and coming programs. But hey, absolutely, you can't ban the Pep man. That's all I tell you. You can't ban the Pep man in CFI.
Hey, we're going to end the show. We got a special request. We got a second slime. We don't ever do this, but our special guest has requested a second slime. And by all means, take us home, Jacoby.
Oh, yeah. You already know what I'm going to get to. Hey, man, I'm sliming robbers because they just everybody, you know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm just playing. But, yeah, for real, though. I do slime robbers because, you know, they brought me out there. I'm thinking I'm going to go out there, you know, and get what I came for, which is like some exposure. And they ain't give me what I came there for. So, you know, I'm gonna sign them up because they did me wrong on that part. I still got, you know, some love for them, but you know, they're gonna have to give me my take because I shot up some 5-star dudes and they ain't want to put that on there. But hey, you know, that's just between me and them, I guess. But you know, it's the CFI side eye, you know what I'm saying? Because you know, rivals they what he said, rivals shiesty. So, you know,
they shiesty.
The CFI. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't never did me wrong, but you know, still got love with y'all, but rivals, yeah, man, y'all have to see me for real.
Hey,
I respect that.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
I respect that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you let them know they shiesty. We don't like that.
Yeah.
Big energy.
We don't like that.
And Jacoby, just because of that, you're gonna be our featured athlete. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. The only shiesty person we like is Pooh. The only person we respect is Pooh. We don't respect the other no more. Everybody else, hey, you gotta earn it, baby. The only shiesty person we respect is Pooh, baby. Yeah, I like that. I like that energy.
All right. On behalf of the whole panel, man, Pet Man Matt Morrow.
Put some respect on our name. That's on behalf of the whole panel. Put some respect on our name. You know what I'm talking about. I know you're watching. Go on email my AD. Put some respect on our name.
Good night, everybody.
Just say my name, bitch.
Put some respect. They know where it is, Jim. They know.
Yeah.